So, I first met Spider-Man at a wrestling event that I had way back in June. It was like 2 weeks before he appeared on the Ed Sullivan Show, I think. And basically, I was fighting with a lot of professional wrestlers from Australia, Mexico, China. A lot of renowned wrestlers from a lot of countries. Then at the end of the event, this this little kid came up to me and he was talking very arrogant. I gotta say, he was like talking to me, saying stuff like, "Hey, you, Crusher Hogan, you know what? I'm better than you. You ain't shit. I'm gonna beat you. I am a kid and I'm not scared of you." Blah 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 blah. He was saying all this stuff, wearing a gray mask made with I don't know what kind of material it was, wearing a white turtleneck. I kid you not, he was wearing a white turtleneck and some jeans and like some old homecoming shoes. I don't know. His outfit was like very cheap. So the audience was like very interested in it. They were responding to his comments like, "Oh, what are you gonna do, Crusher? What are you gonna do now? A 12-year-old is gonna humiliate you. What are you gonna do now?" And so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna humble this kid in less than 2 seconds. Leave that to me. Come up here and let's see if by the end of the match you are still better than me. Okay? So he came up. I was ready to to beat the fuck out of this kid. I swear. I don't know who or how. All of a sudden, this kid won. I don't know if it was a Holy Spirit, but this kid won against me. He broke the ring, and I was just like, how the hell this kid won? I was like surprised by the ability of this kid, how he came up to me, arrogant, saying all this shit, and and winning. I don't understand how. And I remember backstage, a lot of the wrestlers were like, "Oh, Crusher Hogan, you ain't shit. A 12-year-old just beat your ass. You're nothing," and all of this stupid crap. I decided to ignore them all night. I was like, "Shut up. I'm very tired. I'm gonna go to sleep. I don't want to hear all your crap." Then I remember 2 days later, he came to the place. I don't know how he knew uh, I was there, and like he asked me for some tips in fighting because he told me, I'm gonna have this presentation on the Ed Sullivan Show. I was like, you're gonna appear on the Ed Sullivan Show after the Beals? Okay. Whatever you say, kid. And he said, I need some advice to you. I want you to train me. I want to look a little bit buff. Like, yeah, you need to look buff. You look like a fucking skeleton. You look like you're about to break, man. And so I was like, yeah, okay, sure. I'm gonna train him. Weirdly, this time he was a little bit more humble. He was very interested in what I was teaching him. So that was very strange. So yeah, I taught him. I told him some tips. He was very attentive. I told him like you have to punch like this, you have to touch like this. It was like okay, I'm very interested in doing that, this and other stuff. It was very strange how he was that day. He was very natural. I can say he was very natural. Like I liked him again after that day. I liked him again. Then the last time I talked and met him, I was on my home. It was late that night, and I was about to put my daughter to sleep. And so my phone rang. Now I don't know how he got my phone. Probably by his manager, which I'm gonna talk him about him later. He got my phone and he asked me, "What are you gonna do tonight?" I was like, "Well, I have to put my my child to sleep. He was like, okay, can you come by to Club 54, I think, to at 11 p.m. I was like, okay, well, yeah, I have nothing else to do. I haven't went to a club in here, so yeah, it may be fun. And he was like, okay, huh? Send me the address to your home. Okay, I'm now sending my address to you. And then he came with his manager in a big, big limo. Like 20 people could be in that limo, but it was only the two of them and their driver and me. I remember on the way to the club, Spider-Man, he was very hesitant to go to that club. He was like, yeah, I don't know, Maxwell. I'm not a party guy and stuff. And Maxwell was like, well, you're going to enjoy it anyways, you know? Okay, I haven't met his manager before. That's why I don't know how he got my number. The manager, not Spider-Man. Well, I know Spider-Man got the phone number thanks to his manager, but I don't know how his manager got my phone number. The manager was much arrogant than him. So we go to a club 54. The owner of the club comes in, greets us, and tells us, "Come in, come in, come in. I have a special table for you." And I remember that all night his manager was talking and talking and talking and talking and talking. I was like, man, you have to shut up. Like, let me enjoy my night. And I was so fed up with him, like I couldn't even talk with Spider-Man properly because his manager was talking to him all the time and I couldn't talk to him. I talked to him like 3 times that night. And so I was like, 20 minutes with these guys. I'm gonna pretend I'm gonna go to the bathroom and you know I'm gonna go with some chicks and dance and whatever happens. And I do that. After 20 minutes, I tell Spidey, I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. And then I found a girl and started talking to her. And then I go to a private room on that club, and I see Maxwell Shiffman um, doing stuff with other girls. I can't even describe what he was doing. And I asked him, "Where's Spider-Man?" And he told me, "Oh, I don't know. He's probably talking with Jack Nicholson." Then I went to look up for him. He was nowhere. I went to Jack Nicholson. Jack Nicholson was there. I went to him and I told him, and I asked him where Spider-Man was because his manager told me he was here with you. And Jack told me, no, I haven't seen him in a while, so I looked for him for about 5 minutes and he was gone, completely, completely gone. That was the moment I realized that kid didn't enjoy what his manager was doing. I believe that his manager had a bad influence on him. I think his manager was probably the person responsible for brainwashing him, if you can call it. I think he showed him all this stuff, this horrible stuff. Kids that his age don't even have to know. And it was very, very horrible. I don't blame Spider-Man. I blame his manager. I think his manager is responsible for Spider-Man's mental health and I don't know how he ruined his reputation, and I'm very, very sorry for him. Now I hope that the Maxwell realizes someday what he has done, and I hope Spider-Man gets the help he deserves. But yeah, I'm blaming on his manager, not on Spider-Man, but on his manager.